This one thing would have changed the trajectory of my whole social media career if somebody had told me this a few years ago. And I'm not going to tease you with it for too long. The one lie that you're told in social media is that the viral moment is the moment you need. And I'm going to break it down by telling you a story. I worked in Airbnb management for years and it was very successful, and Airbnb was a gold mine a few years ago. And then Airbnb started going down and I watched all these like little kids on YouTube, these 8-year-olds making millions. And I thought, I'm working so hard. Why don't I do social media? And at the time I didn't really believe in myself that I could make a channel and I could make it work. And just because I was in my early 20s and I didn't really know what I was capable of. So I went into social media management and I worked with many clients who wasted lots of money on their projects and working with me, and we wasted lots of money together chasing the wrong things. And I sold them a lie. I did. I believed it. It was my truth, but it was a lie. And it was that one viral moment is going to change our lives. And I truly think it's sold to us on social media. You see people like the Demure Girl and these other trends where somebody is the epicenter of like a mega trend. Every couple months, there's one mega trend. There's Charlie D'Amelio. There's these normal people, Alex Earl, who have had overnight success on social media platforms, and even Mr. Beast, who was like a normal guy. And obviously it's not overnight success, but it's sold to us as this like they woke up one day, posted a video, went viral, and now they're millionaires. And it's honestly garbage. So what I would do instead, and what I would tell myself, is the viral moment is BS. Think about it as if you used a credit card to buy lottery tickets and you were hoping to win the lottery on borrowed money, and that was your financial plan. So instead of that nonsense, these are 3 things to think about when you're early in your social media journey. The first thing is, what is your goal with social media? And that's a really broad question and people get caught up on it and they don't always know, but I'll give you an example of a goal to walk you through how to think about this. So if you're an influencer and let's say you're a model, I live in LA and this happens a lot. You're a model, you live in LA and you want brand deals with clothing brands so you can make content because your closet is, running out of funds. Models don't usually get all the clothes they work with. That's your goal. You want to work with clothing brands. Now, you want to be laser focused on making sure that everything you're doing is aligned with this one goal. So what would that look like? Let's say you're this model. That means when you're making content, you're not just posting selfies for no reason. You're creating content that aligns with something a clothing brand would want to sponsor. So you're showing your outfits, you're showing get ready with me's, you're doing reviews, you're doing something that shows off the clothes in some way. It could just be pretty pictures of outfits. That is something that gets girls clothing brands. But that means that if you're making a smoothie video, it's not really going to get you towards your goal. Of course, it might help you build a broader community and stuff, and it might just be a passion of yours, but I don't want you to put in endless hours of work, stressing yourself out and burning yourself out and realizing that everything you've been doing is in vain. It has nothing to do with the goal that you're pursuing. So that's step 1. Figure out your goal and make sure the work you're doing that is actual work is aligned with that goal. Or just pick one goal. We don't need all of them. We don't need you to, take over the world overnight. The second is consistency. And people say this a lot, but that means embracing the grind. That you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to create content and work on content when you're tired, when you don't want to, when you're not motivated, and you're going to have to show up every single day. Obviously take your days off and whatever, but it's consistency. It is not this pipe dream of that you're going to get rich overnight. It really truly takes labor, manual and mental labor to build a brand. And it's not easy and it's doable, but you have to embrace that. If you have this tunnel vision towards this viral moment and you have no actual goal in mind outside of being viral and you have no consistency to get there, then you might have a viral moment. But what's going to happen is you're gonna blow up and you're gonna have nothing to show for it. And maybe you get makeup collabs, but then you still haven't gotten those clothing collabs, and yeah, maybe you're making a little more money. You're not in line with your goals. Everything you have to do has to be in pursuit of these goals. Otherwise, you're going to burn out and you're going to waste so much time and energy. And your time and mind is finite. You don't have forever on this earth. In a day, you run out of steam and you run out of energy. And if you're going in a million directions and you're not pursuing what's actually going to make you happy and making sure the work you're doing is in pursuit of that, you're gonna waste a lot of time. My last tip, you've got your goal, you're pursuing it consistently. Now, you don't want to be spinning your wheels in a lot of different ways. You're not chasing virality, so now what are you doing? You're learning. And you're getting better at whatever it is that you're doing. You're becoming an expert. Malcolm Gladwell says it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert. If you want to be a model who does clothing collabs, you're studying what these girls are posting. You're learning, and you want to break down what are the talents that go into these things. So if you're a model and you're hoping to get these clothing collab brands, you're improving your modeling. You're working with a modeling coach. You're working with someone who can help you walk. You're working with a hair and makeup artist, collabing on videos. Everything you're doing is in pursuit of improving that skill. You're reading books. You're understanding the history. There's so much that can be learned from understanding the history of whatever the craft it is that you're doing that can pay homage to the people that came before you and get you recognized as a serious professional. There's so many benefits to improving on whatever it is that you're doing, but at its core, it gives you a lot of confidence to know that I do have a good grasp of this and I am meant to be here and I am meant to be doing this. And if you put your energy into those three things, over 1 million views. I've gotten probably about 20 million views maybe on videos that I've worked on in total, if not more, but it's gotten me nothing. But what did get me something is figuring out your goal, pursuing it consistently, putting in the hard work, and learning. Watching this video is learning, but following creators that inspire you, creators that teach you, reading about your craft, watching movies, videos, you're diving in. You're becoming somebody who has value to offer because they themselves have put that hard work into developing something to share. Now it's time to go make something that the algorithm won't understand. Thanks for watching.